Hello.
Welcome.
Yes. Oh, sure.
They don't have a name yet. I don't know what I'm going to call them. They will be in the winter issue of Cast On Magazine, which should come out about November, early November. Um, so, yeah, they're going to go along with the article on the cast on method that I use. So look for the videos showing cast on and off in the next month or so here on the YouTube channel. And then yeah, what do you think, Freddie?
Now I don't look so old. Anyway, back to work.
So any suggestions?
Hello, guys. Remember my rainbow bright scarf. This is. I'm gonna try to finish this one today.
What is everyone working on?
I'm working on scarves. What are you working on?
Petition part two.
It's about to get cold.
In addition to my prince eyes,
I'm submitting this.
It's
Scarf.
um, I am also working on a crochet blanket.
Second scarf. I'm gonna submit today. All my scarves get donated to Hope for New
But
York.
it's kind of a giant granny square. So it's out of the book that will be coming out later. I think it comes out September 10th. It is the Knit and Crochet Blankets by Jared Flood, Brooklyn Tweety. And I did a review of that book in the Knit Two Together newsletter. That is member newsletter for TKGA. So the most recent
Awesome
newsletter.
hat. Some this hat is not awesome.
I should put the link to TKGA in the description box below. I'm very involved with them because I'm on the board of directors, so I'm the vice president of education, and I also design a lot for Cast On Magazine and whatnot, and do lots of things for TKGA, so I mention a lot because of that. But anyway, I reviewed this book for the most recent newsletter, and there was there are 3 crochet blankets in that book, and one of them caught my eye.
Ultra fluffy.
This granny square that's modular, so it's 2 granny squares.
The material I use for this one,
and then 4 triangles. Then you put them together modularly, and there's stripes in there. So I have one other color, a cream undyed color. This is some
uber
myself.
thick.
And I have a
These are my arms. I've been bitten.
Undyed, and I need a third
I do a lot of part cleanup, a lot of garbage cleanup.
wool yarn.
When I'm not knitting,
What other color I want
I'm cleaning the house, I'm organizing. Look at this hat. Some of this hat is not the cutest.
So far, I've been enjoying
And if you think it's
crocheting.
not, you're a hater.
I never was a huge fan of crocheting. It's what I learned first, and I did quite a lot of it when I was younger. But once I learned how to knit, that kind of took off. And every time I would pick up a crochet hook to crochet, it would hurt my hands. But I did a shawl just recently. I shared that in my newsletter. One of the virus shawl, crocheted shawl, and that was a lot of fun. So now I'm kind of
Mesh this one up with this.
yes, that's something.
Hat, skirt, hat, skirt.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Let me finish this one up.
So, focusing on these mix so
Give me a
it's
second,
really
okay?
done
Don't go anywhere. No? Okay, just put
before I get really busy.
soon I gotta get really pretty to go over there because I don't want them to be like, oh my god, look, she's so dirty. You know?
Oh, Nelly, yeah, muscle bird unique for topper. Very cute. Socks. Wonderful.
Excuse me. This is kind of cute. It's not gonna work. Hmm.
Oh, there was something else. But I was going to show you this book. I want to show you this book. And there was another thing I wanted to show you.
I don't know what that means. Oh. Oh my god. I can do this all day. It would be a job. It is. Nobody's gonna want to pay either hourly or nobody's gonna want to overpay on the scarf material or the man time it actually takes to do a scarf. And I meant to say man and woman time to get a scarf done because women
Yeah,
just,
okay.
they also make
A
women.
recommendation for a summer yarn for socks. I tend to use a wool nylon blend for all of my socks, even when they're summer.
Oh my
But
god. If I hear
if
another
you
about another
wanted
sock
to
maker, I hate socks.
use
You know, I
something
don't
more
make
like
socks.
cotton, the
They
thing
get
with
lost.
cotton or linen or bamboo
I don't like
is
making
that
socks. It's
those
stupid.
those fibers have
Like I
no
was thinking
stretch.
about your
So
feet.
once they're on your foot, they stretch out and they don't have any rebound to them, like wool.
No stretchy.
Wool will rebound
Stretchy,
and
stretchy.
stay
Yeah.
with good stretch to stay up on your leg. But cotton or linen or bamboo will stretch out and then they get all
No, I
fluffy.
can't be waiting
So
for
the
a piece.
key
So this is why I'm
when
doing it like this.
wanting
I
to use
hope
fibers like
somebody
that
likes
for
it.
socks,
If nobody likes it,
they're
fine.
great fibers to use
If
for
somebody
socks.
likes it, great.
But the key when choosing a yarn with those fibers as the main fiber is you need to look for another
If you're
fiber
right-handed,
in
put
with
your
them
yarn on
that
the
does
opposite
have
side
stretch. So
like this.
there's, I don't know if they still make it, there was a yarn brand that made a cotton elastic yarn specifically for socks, so it had elastic right in as one of the
I'm not gonna do this for long, guys,
fiber.
but I'm just here
But
to show you
if there's
guys
a
what
little
I'm
bit
gonna
of
submit.
wool, so a cotton wool blend, a bamboo wool blend, or a linen wool blend will have a little bit more rebound to it because of the wool in there to sort of help to offset the lack of stretch that the cotton and linen have by themselves. So, or you can, for the upper cuff of the sock,
Oh my god.
you could hold a thin strand of elastic in with the cotton yarn while you're working your ribbing for the upper cuff, and then drop it after you're done with the upper ribbing and work with the straight cotton. But knowing that the body of the sock will likely stretch out too with wear until you wash it again, then it'll stretch back up. Yeah, so that's kind of working a swatch, small swatch in the round with the ribbing, maybe with your intended amount of sock stitches, and just do like a mock cuff of the sock and of the yarn that you're thinking of using, and then blocking it and see how much rebound stretch it has. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of. Cascade fixation is one of the Marilyn, you completed a testament scarf for Jennifer Beal with colorwork and lace. Sounds very cool. And now working on the roof of the shawl. Yeah, I need to get a shawl on the nails Yeah, so anyway, try to look for a yarn that's got something with some stretch in there in the blend. So wool or elastic or something like that. Or hold a lace weight strand of something more stretchy along with other fabric. And, it's always helpful to just watch and see how that yarn's going to behave. If it's going to bounce back the way you want it to, or if it's hot. So that would be nice.
This is really 2 rows. The green is really 2 rows, see? But it was an attempt to do something new. So that's really 2, but I'm going to count it as 1 because it's only the thickness of about one of these guys. The height. It's just missing 1 stitch to make it even. But still, so I'm going to just count it as 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 row 6. After I finish row 6, I have 3 more rows to complete this scarf. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it today, but I would like to. We have about 2 hours out of the month that we do meet up to knit really quickly, but we also talk, stuff like that. So, yeah, I want to get this one done. That way, for this month, I will have a lot of scarves to submit. And then later on, I'll put in my time on New York City service because these are donated. Now, because they're donated, you're also donating your time. So that's why I like to put down what I'm doing so that way it doesn't look like, because somebody would be like, they don't do anything to volunteers, I don't know. I think there are places even that don't treat their volunteers as well as they should. Only my opinion. Not that my opinion counts for much, but that's what that is. But yeah, so what you do is find somewhere else where you fit. For me, it's the parks. It's not everybody in the parks. I'm there for my stewardship because I've been in stewardship my whole life pretty much. I've never took it upon myself to do pruning or anything at the store or doing mass trash collection as I do now. I call it mass because after a while it's a lot of trash. And one thing we're always short of is garbage bags. The other day, I got up so early that I guess somebody felt that they needed the garbage bag. They stole the garbage bag. I was like, wow, you're really petty. You're a petty bitch. I'm sorry, petty bitch. And so you leave pettiness back there. A lot of times when I do park stewardships and stuff like that, I don't clock it in, but if it's an official event or it's with an official partner, organization, or a collaboration between other formerly unorganized, but we're pretty much organized. What do they call them? CBOs, community-based organizations. But once you become incorporated, I guess you're no longer a CBO, you'll be then unofficially a non-for-profit, right? So that's what I'm looking to do, to make this official part-time, not part-time. Well, it's going to be part-time, like fundraising, advocacy, because knowledge is power, and there are not enough people aware of the severity of our region. I'm in Region 2 in the Bronx. This is probably not applicable to anyone that will ever watch this, unless they're just the locals that are watching and enjoying my life. Then that's great, because right now it looks like there's somebody else on there with me. So I'm virtually talking to myself. But for anybody watching this later, then my purpose is done. Later, right now, even what do you call them? Spy geeks. I call them spy geeks because they really try really hard, guys. Well, everything you do is for nothing. You know, not everything you do is for nothing. And even if everything is for nothing, what's it to you? What's it to them? Why are they so enwrapped and enthralled and trying to keep you down? But anyway, I'm not trying to become this lady because I can't. I'm just one person, and I already got my hands full of other real missions, not petty bitches. So here,
Now this book. Okay, so I ordered this months and months and months ago. This came out months ago in overseas in the UK. And for whatever reason, the supply chain was not working well for it to arrive maybe here in the US, but I finally got it. And it is Shetland Fine Lace Knitting by Carol Christensen. And this is a book that was put together by the Shetland, or sponsored by the Shetland Museum for their knitted lace collection. So it was research done based on pieces that were in the Shetland. And there it says they're home to over 400 pieces of knitted lace made in the Shetland tradition. So I was going to film a video here for YouTube here, reviewing it, but I like I said, the live stream here today, I haven't really had a chance to look through it yet to be able to have thoughts to share. But you can get a book.
yeah. So part of the reason why. Because, you know, I have another channel, right? It has like 18,000 subscribers that I rightfully earned. I mean, my daughter and I had my boyfriend, you know, but it was like, you know, nothing. Like, to me, yes, something, but nothing at the same time. Because to me, ring, you know, commitment, legalize it, make it official, you know, but okay, whatever. So my child and I, we went through a lot of stuff. I was recording and doing, no. I'm doing things that, sorry. I'm doing things like being in 100-degree weather inside a car, you know, trying to make recordings, editing videos, and it was, I mean, it was worth it to me, but I never got paid for it. 7 please, senor. Thank you. No, I really can't right now because my thing, that is also broken. I'm missing a screw. And I don't mean like I'm missing a screw in the head. That's another thing they want you to think like, oh, they're crazy. They're is. They want to figure out what you're doing with your time. So, you know, you let the city know what you're doing with your time. This is coming from a child, you know, I supposedly have, you might supposedly have family, you might not supposedly have family, a relationship may be strained or non-existent, but either which way. You let people know what you're doing, so that way, it's not just for your own, what do you call that, accountability. Because I don't have to go online today at 6 o'clock. Yes. I know. Thank you so much for the reminder. Zing, I'd be lost without Google. I told you again, I'm not working for Chipotle. This is just, I used to work there. So I got a shirt. Cool place. Some cool people. Yeah. Also, it could have been like a really awesome work environment. But it had its setbacks. Plus, we were under the strain of the CVID. So business was hard and nobody wanted to work. And I was taking out garbage by myself, all types of stuff. It was supposed to be two people. Anyway, so yeah. So I do my park stewardship. I try to log in as many hours as I can. But most of my stuff I don't log in. Why? You may ask. Well, because, but at the same time, I'm starting to get more in the habit of doing so. It's just so that people could be quiet. Why? Why do you say that? Because sometimes, um, for whatever reason, look, I have a missing tooth, but still, it doesn't stop people from being jealous. It doesn't stop people from being toxic. It doesn't stop people from pointing fingers and making allegations and accusations. Like, for example, I have, no names because then they're gonna be, you say she was using her publicity. She was using her public for saying. Meanwhile, they are aware that they are bullying, and what they're doing is called bullying. You're trying to make somebody's life uncomfortable every day. I'm gonna do so till the day you die. That's what a crackhead said around here. You know, so I let it be. When you hear things, you're like, oh, okay. I don't know if this environment is conducive to me moving here, but I wasn't. My children, my child and I, were in the shelters, in the shelter with DHS, right? And even being there for over 5 years, because they kept us in the system for over 5 years, they claimed a lot of stuff. Again, COVID happened, so a lot of things changed, transitions, policies, blah, 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 right? Okay. I still worked. I still was looking for jobs. I still did DoorDash. My bikes got stolen twice. I was attempted robbery at least once that I can confirm 100% legitimately. I have that recorded at two youngsters in Queens. So, and I was like really stumped because it's really a nice area. And I was like, damn, I'm trying to do DoorDash here so I could get a couple of bucks. Because that's what we're all trying to do here, push forward. But instead of helping others make their way, we're almost done with this road, road 6. You'll find many people try to deter you or try to remind you as to why they think you shouldn't make it. Now, my story, my life story, only partiality of it, I will say that. Only partiality was posted in the New York Times. I didn't tell her what to put in. I didn't tell her what to edit out. I didn't tell her what to focus in. I never got a preview draft. Again, this is the New York Times. But yet you still have people out here like, and this is like, 12 years ago or something like that. I don't want to pull it up for you, but it's in every single one of my description in my other channel. Why? Because it's like a reminder to tell people like, I'm only human. I'm not perfect. I'm not walking around here with my head all. That's never been me. I'm not a troublemaker. I avoid trouble like the plague. That's why when I'm sorry, when a bird lady um, is going around. She actually involving officials. Like she's speaking to people from housing. I'm pretty sure she works for the agency that does the rental in this place. But it's hilarious that from day one, the very first day I moved here, I can replay it, recount it to you to the T. Mannerisms, everything from day one. You know what I'm talking about, though. Guys, girl, oh, I'm finna make your life live in hell. Think I'm this guy here. She know what it is. She know what it is. I know what it is. What? Or who? Maybe it's not me. Like my boyfriend says, sometimes I have a tendency of internalizing things, right? That's another thing that the enemy will try to do. And it's been done not just by locals. Of course, family has a way of using your setbacks or your weaknesses against you. Say if you're diabetic or if you're suffering from any type of mental issues. Now, you say mental issues, and then they turn around and be like, you see, that means crazy. But you know what I say? If you're not a psychiatrist, shut the fuck up. If you're not my psychiatrist, please, please, please. Then you have those that are just like sitting, gosh, I'm so shiny. Another thing you gotta watch out for. And I know I should be knitting and less talking, but I can't help it. You know, I don't get a chance to talk to many people often by choice. I like to do more than I like to talk, basically. So that's why I like doing the park stewardship because I like to see what I'm doing. When I'm done, I'm like, oh, awesome. I'll come back to my hood or my area, and not everybody, but you still have those, oh, seems nothing. Like, why are you so busy? It takes 24 hours to mind your own business. Like, why are they so busy watching what you're doing? Like, I spend a lot of time thinking about other people and even thinking about how I could even turn what I'm doing into a job. But I can see you turning your blabber blabber talking shit and character assassinating people about some events that could have possibly didn't possibly allegedly took place 50,000 years ago. They don't ever talk about what happened before that. They don't ever talk about none of that. What they do. None of these niggas, I'm sorry, excuse me. None of these dudes and dudettes were ever personally afflicted or anything. What it was I opened my mouth and I told a couple of federales, you know, the situations. And what they did now they replaying the whole situation. No, I don't think so. I'm sorry. This might be a soap opera as much as they want to make it be that. And for the ladies, what else do they do? When you over 30, it's like you don't die. You don't die. But what they do is with the ladies, if you're a loner or if you know pretty much on your own and you like that, what they try to do, they try to work you from the inside out, mentally, or if you have a small circle, they try to infiltrate your circle. You got a man? Oh, hi. What the fuck, hi? Nigga, bitch. I'm sorry. Bitch, you ain't never say shit to me. But now you see me with my man. Now you're hi. Where you from? The fuck? I'm sorry. This is definitely not gonna be monetized, but forget it. I could pull out my resume, guys. I'm not to say I don't do bird things, because I do bird things. I'm gonna front. I've been born and raised in the hood, right? But I still, my mama, my foster mama, she wasn't perfect either. She let a lot of shit happen in the house. Nobody want to talk about it. That's why everybody want to come now and start attacking me. We're starting to see them trying to do something with my life, which I've always tried to do. I've always done something in my life, period. Now you might want to be like, oh well, you was on a housing program, and you had rental assistance, and you only work bullshit BS jobs. You always gonna find somebody's always gonna find something to say about it. Oh, you only work BS jobs. But then if you were running around the streets doing bad habits, oh, she was running the hood, she was running the streets, she was going to the streets. What the fuck? I'm sorry, what the fudge? You know what I mean? And then you have Christians that want to take an event, or they feel, what do they call that? They call it self-righteousness, right? And you feel like you're self-righteous, or you take the next person next to you, or something you know about somebody, and you villainize them. You make them the worst shit. Meanwhile, you going out here and you doing shit, and you know what you've done. You know you've done some serious shit, but you've been like, oh my God, look, he just loitered. Like what the what? You loitered? Oh, you jaywalked. He stole a candy bar. 25 years ago, he stole a shirt from Home Depot. I'm just saying. Uh, what? Meanwhile, they be setting up niggas out here. They be setting up people out here on the regular. And they want to act like they're good people. They go to church. Oh, hallelujah. They're saved. Honestly, though, like, nobody should be walking around here like, you know what I'm saying? When we're all unperfect. But now, I will say sometimes life will make you feel that way. And if you feel that way, go ahead, do your thing. Right? But I tell anybody I care about, I tell them, don't walk around skipping and jumping because there's a lot of people out here that are ready to try to steal your joy. As soon as you unlatch the door, as soon as you take them 2 steps out, look at her shoes. Oh my God, look at her man's. Oh my God. You're like, what? I'm like, she crazy. Now that's bipolar. That's bipolar. You know what you're looking like? And what about the grease balls? Esa lo que no quieres trabajar. Esa lo que no quieres trabajar. What the fuck is you talking? I mean, sorry, what on earth are you talking about? I could pull up my resume. Again, like these last couple of years, I did have a stint of about, it wasn't a stint, but I suffered and cried and I was devastated. This finger right here, I had an accident. I was making 6 sandwiches at D'Agostino's and went whoop, on the slicer, okay? And I spent like a year and a half unable to work. I got fat. I couldn't put on my clothes. I couldn't brush my teeth right. I was like depressed. And these birds want to act like, despite the fact that I was going through all that, I was still publishing, publishing every day. Sometimes I had to edit. I had to edit most of my stuff. I learned it from scratch. I could type 45 words a minute the official way, not like, not your chopstick keyboarding. You know what I'm saying? None of that. The official. Like, what are you talking about? I got skills. Everybody got skills. Find your skill, explore your skill, find a way that you can take your skill and have it be contributed to your community. You're gonna have a whole bunch of people talking about, she talking about some community shit. Excuse me? Drug dealers know that very well, don't they? They take care of the crackheads. You hardly ever see a crackhead with beat up sneakers. I've seen crackheads with nicer shoes than I got on right now. Cleaner socks too. Okay, you know how much money crackheads generate for drug dealers? Why you talk about that? Okay, whatever. And how about unofficial stuff that other people do? I'm not knocking anybody because you got to do what you got to do to feed your family. You understand? But on the same token, there are other creatures and other things and other beings that need to eat too. Mm, who might that be? Cats, pigeons, squirrels. You know, they want to act like they're just rodents, but these are creatures that are part of our lives. So I like feeding them. People like feeding them. But you just gotta make sure that after you feed them, you know, make sure that most of the food is gone before you leave. That's what I do. Uh, most of the time, I don't have lots of truckloads of food, but when I do, I try to spread the bird love everywhere. It's not just my community; it's everywhere I go. If I go to Queens and I see a hungry bird and I have food, or I'll go ahead and buy some food. Because you know what? There's always some hungry birds out there to feed. And I'm not just talking about humans and I'm not being funny. I'm talking about little birds and little things. But again, nobody's acting like a saint. I don't go around acting like I just expect a Nobel Peace Prize. Nobody, I mean, we're just all, again, trying to do the best that we can out here. Now, like right now, um, um, doing the New Year's parks, right? So that's usually, I tell you, holidays, you can't. I don't play no guessing game because like this weekend that just went by, the Sunday I think it was. Yeah, I'm sorry because the Labor Day weekend, the weekend that just went by. I showed up at an event. There was nobody there. Now what do I do? I'd be a sour bee and be like, there's nobody at the event, or just be like, okay, don't participate in anything with that particular group because they're not about it. If you post online like, oh, you're gonna be here, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and I just would expect you to be there, especially if you don't know where people are coming from. People could be traveling from Long Island. What if they're traveling from West Bubble and they came out there to come help you do your, what you say you needed help with shrubberying and cleaning and do weeding, but the person shows up there and there's nobody there. Now that I risked my little vehicle, which is my little scoot to get there. You know, occasionally if I'm lucky, I might be lucky with a ride out there, but then I have to be there really massively early because I'm not going to inconvenience that person by having me, anyway. I'm risking that. I'm risking getting squashed by a vehicle. There's trucks, there's delivery, there's other cars, there's other bicyclists, there's other things that I am doing on the regular, jeopardizing my life. Not getting paid for it, not going to HRA because it's not that they're expecting you to do that, but it's like well, how else are you gonna supposed to be? What the heck? What on earth? Like before any of these programs, which is why I think that there's a push for it. Um, we were incentivized to create our own income, but now there's all these programs that receive funding to help you supposedly find a job or career path. Now, every time I participated in any of these programs, I get it. There's a large range, of variety of people that you're dealing with, and it's hard to be able to think, but this is what you signed up to do, right? You have set it part of, you have a high end, or you have a high demand for a low skill job, and you have a whole bunch of people there that are looking for jobs. It shouldn't be too hard to do the so-called matchup. That's what I'm saying. That's one. Two. Then you have the other aspect where if you're trying to do something on your own, they claim that they're willing to help those people, or they say they're willing to help community-based organizations. Say your community-based organization has to do with climate litigation, as does mine. Now, with my climate mitigation, I've been trying, my attempts have been reaching out to the EPA, EPN, FEMA, CERTA, and I say CERTA because I'm pretty sure that she has something to do with them, but either which way, law enforcement, community-based thing, it's like a lot of people and a lot of organizations say that they're there, but when you try to reach out to them, I don't know, maybe if it's just me, you know what I mean? But if I'm making attempts to reach out and I'm watching webinars, I'm participating, and I participated in a number of learning seminars and webinars and stuff like that. But I seem to get nowhere, but except to the fact that I get to complete a survey at the end of the webinar, and that's it. There's no follow-up. Then there's the falsity of SCORE. They call themselves SCORE. Okay, SBA. They have, it's like a relationship there, but uh, they're really, I mean, it's a really tight relationship where it seems like the relationship, they look like they're only separate entities on paperwork. Okay, because, but anyway, let's not go why because, but either which way, my thing is, if you claim that you're there to help other people, right, and those people, right, now they're coming out and they're looking to get help because they're like, oh no, these, the climate changes that are happening, and the flood hazards and the effects of those things that are going to be happening, they're going to be affecting our people. You know, I mean, it goes beyond the bully, rhino bully. I call her rhino bully because She is a gargantuous Tyrannosaurus T-Rex, and I'm like 5'2", 110 pounds wet maybe. I just took away a couple pounds because why not? Um, but I'm not that stupid. How do I look like again? Now mind you, this is the same chick that I told you that from day one, she knew my moving date. And I heard another clown talking about another client in here that was their target and how they get paid. So who's paying these people to make other people's life a living hell? And can I get a job? Can other people out here get a job? And why is this not public? Why is your oppression and your self and sabotaging people and peer pressuring them and making fun of people and all this other that? Why is that not made public? Hey, can we start a channel on people that fit the stereotypes? Because I'm with Shula now. What they do, they call it mental breakdown. They call it chipping away at the old chip or whatever, chipping away at the block. You're not going crazy. If you're trying to figure something out and you're trying to do something good, don't let anybody stop you. I'm saying this live. Now, don't do anything, of course, that would hurt anybody. If you're creating jobs, if you're trying to create jobs, if you're trying to create yourself a job, if you're trying to help other people, all of those things are which I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do those things as well. Hit me up. My number 929. My number is 929. See, 230-7408. I don't have access to my mail, as you heard the door. Bing, that's a gate, of which the key I have, not two, since day one either. Another tenant said that because they were having beef with somebody else. So, but I'm wary. You saying you could shut the water down on the whole side? You tenant, you're saying you could do that? That's like, well, like I get it, you got power. But you got power to abuse like that? Nobody says nothing. Nobody else heard nothing. Nobody sees nothing. I don't see none either. But I don't expect me. Then this is the part. Then the higher ups expect you to be able to boldly go where no man has gone before, or just continue to be harassed, minimized, degraded, be fearful, be cautious, and you looking, you're like, and you don't even got a credit card coming to you in the mail, but you still feel like, nah, no, no, thank you. So I just pretend I don't even have that option here. Look, I signed up, completed the form, and registered and participate, not fully engaged, but I do participate in the syrup, right? That's the community-based form version of FEMA, right? My shirt was supposed to be in here like 2, 3, 4 days ago. Now, I've seen people wait around for other people's packages, so I'm not going to sit here and say that maybe the United States Postal Service office that has been doing mailings and droppings and delivery for almost 400 years, or 200, 300 years, whatever, 3 years, 300 years, whatever, they couldn't find this address, so therefore I have no shirt. But anyway, I'm supposed to be knitting my butt off here because my time is ticking and I gotta get going. But I just wanted to show you guys. So that's what I do. If I'm not outside baking, because that's another thing too. You see those people. Like I'm outside cleaning, right? If I'm outside cleaning by myself, the same people, to spread the, look at bipolar cleaning. Look at bipolar cleaning. And they look like CK. They look full blown like CKs. Like I'm approaching 50, so I could lose a tooth or two or 4 or 5 thousand. I don't give a fuck. I mean, you know what I'm saying? My teeth are my teeth. I've been smoking cigarettes for since I was 15. Yeah, you know, my brothers used to smoke in the car. My mom's friends used to smoke in the car. Um, Back in the days, it was okay. And so it's not surprising that 2 out of 3 of us ended up smokers. Long term health hazardous kind of smoke. But either which way, let's not even go into that. My point being, I forgot. We're all supposed to be knitting, and soon later on, I'm gonna be putting on my better or my nicer clothing, if you want to call it that, and then head on out. Now, again, I'm not posting any of this stuff. I'm not going live for popularity. I have another channel for that. That channel has 18,000 subscribers. I could go live on that. But I'm not trying to make this into, see, because another thing the enemy will have you do is that they're parasites. See, because instead of them just saying or telling the landlord that they don't want you here, right? They had precognitively already decided what they were going to do, right? So either which way, I'm just putting it out there, so I want you guys to know I'm not sitting here like a duck, not doing nothing all day. I do smoke cigarettes, I do my coffees. I have not drunken anything licorice, and gosh, it's been a long time. It's been like 6, 7 years now. Before me and my daughter and I even went into the shelter. And we were in there for over 5 years, guys. And then we didn't find. They found this place. This place would have been a beautiful blessing if it weren't for the bullying. This place would have been a beautiful blessing if it weren't for people still thinking that we're living in the 80s. This this place would be a blessing if I actually had access to my mailbox since day one. This place would be a blessing if there weren't people that would actually set others up for failure all the time underneath the sun. And the thing is, like, that's what makes me think that the devil is in cahoots with God in a way, because it's like, wait, is this serious? Because it seems like, how come they get heaven and we get hell? What is hell? Hell is when you're paying rent, and I don't even want to know what of the other people in here are paying. Some of us are paying chump change because some of us have been grandfathered in, so they're paying nickels on the dollar. But many of us, other of us have to work for a living to be able to provide for our family, right? So I'm like just trying to figure out, how do you have all this time to invest on trying to make somebody else's life miserable, but you don't have enough time to create a job for yourself? You don't have enough time to create a job for other individuals that are suffering through similar, or the other individuals that have even surpassed or were resilient enough to bypass some kind of drug abuse, bypass some kind of mental stigmatism about your mental health. Instead of helping them out, or instead of seeking other ways that the same people could help out other people that are seriously or recently falling into those same traps, you have to wonder, why is that? Why is it that old ass crackheads with brand new latest shoes, clean socks, but they ain't got no job? Yes, they do have a job. See, this is what people don't talk about. They got a job. Their job is to get the money so that they can get the drugs. And what job is a drug dealer's money? Job is to get the money from the crackhead, right? So there's an ambience, there's a codependency, there's a collaboration, there is a union damn near, if you want to call it that. Because go ahead and have problems with one of their income producing recipients. That's what people don't want to talk about. Because outside, People be like, oh, crackheads this and crackheads that. Local communities and poor people with a little bit of anything love crackheads. Why? Because they steal, conquer, and destroy. They get shit, they come back, and they sell it to you at a discount. And who doesn't love buying shit at a discount? So it's a symbiotic relationship. Cash Jordan said that New York City's problems were caused by the same 500 individuals, more or less. These individuals have families. You know where they live at. You know where they stay at. But yet, what do? Because there's other people that are partaking from that breadcrumb. Same thing with child abuse. Same thing with unreported child abuse. If you don't say nothing, first them, then you. I told somebody, actually I told two people that were in the room. And this is live, so I can't retract this, right? I told two people, my psychiatrist, M. Castro, and my mother, A. Garcia, in the same room, that I had been receiving therapy for years about the abuse that was going on. The abuse wasn't going on for years with my mother's brother. I just want to clarify that. But I meant that I had been going to the exact same room for years. Okay, and I told them, and it was suggested to me as a child. Not suggested, it was asked. It was asked, and I agreed because no child wants to see their mom crying and constantly hurt by something that you just told them and you want them to stop. But you also want other things to stop, which is why you're there, right? That's why that's why you're there telling your psychiatrist, and that's why you're there telling your foster mom, so that what is going on can stop. Am I correct about that? Am I correct about that? Right? Alright. So, I will say that they kept up their bargain. They kept up their portion of the bargain of removing him from the household. So that part did take place. But everything else that followed was like, what the hell? And as a grown up now, I'm approaching 50, and I know now that if a child came up to me, like I did to my 8th grade teacher, I just want to point this out too. My 8th grade teacher, Mr. Vladimir, something like that, Mr. Vladimir. I told him, I didn't have to tell him much. I'll tell you what I did do. I bought about 5 or 6 composition books filled to the brim, bulging full of pornography. Junior high school now, guys. Dude couldn't even get off the table. He couldn't get up. And all he said was that he needs to speak to my mom, that we should have a meeting. We had a meeting. He was there, my mom was there, and I was there. He told my mom, this is what was brought to me, what brought to my attention, and I just want to let you know what's being brought to the school, and it calls for concern. And my mom politely told him that she was going to take care of that. She was going to look into the matter, and she did. She completely looked into the matter. When we got home to the place that we called home, she took all of about, I don't want to lie because I never actually counted them. It was just years of writing. But she took all of them and destroyed them. All of them. All of them. All of them. All of them. Years of writing. Some of them, some of the entries were truth, but most of them were like stories. Anyway, that's what happened to. That was that. That's how that was dealt with. Yeah. So now, I'm gonna have to let you guys go because I have to go fix my face. I came here with the intention of knitting and happy, joy, because I'm always happy, joy. I try to always bring happy, joy to other people. I've never been perfect. I mean, I'm sure as many of us have, we've all brought our own share of hurt to other people, intended or unintended. I stay apologizing even to this day. I never set out to hurt anybody per se. But anyway, if something is happening to you and you tell somebody and nothing happens, tell somebody else. Keep talking about it. Keep telling somebody. Don't wait. Don't let it build up. Don't, because it's gonna, it's gonna, um, it's gonna make you toxic. And even if you don't go outside and hurt other people, you will find ways to hurt yourself. Even subconsciously, consciously, subconsciously, you'll find ways to hurt yourself. And coming from somebody, or yeah, or being somebody, coming from somebody, being somebody, coming, whatever you want to consider it, being quiet and not telling anybody about what's going on is never going to be helpful to you. Your being quiet might help those involved at the moment, but it won't help you with dealing with other challenges, and it will help you with resilience. You know what helps you with resilience? Prayer, being around good people. If you can't be around anybody, don't be around anybody. You understand? Like, if you feel like, I don't want to be around nobody, and then keep that mentality, keep being like that. But you're going to end up like that forever, and you're going to end up passing away like that as well. So when you get sick and there's nobody there to cry for you or to help you out or anything like that, don't say anything because you chose that, right? But if you want to do something good, and if you want to do something for yourself, if you want to help other people, like, I don't walk around here like, you know what happened to me when I was a kid, and all old people are perverts, and watch out for your kids. I never spoke against foster care, and I never spoke against adoption. I never spoke against Christianity or anything of the sort, because all of those things are helpful, are really good things. They're supposed to be good, well-meaning things, and then they get corrupted. So just because those things get corrupted does not mean that I should advocate that those things are all horrible. So that's why you'll never hear me say, don't foster, and watch out for a thing, and don't trust the system. And what I will say is, people follow the money. People are not dumb. people follow the money. So if you're doing foster care, there's people out there that know that you're doing it. Watch out for the kids because they know that those kids aren't yours. They're not, they know that regardless if the kid is cared for, they're most likely that they're not going to get the full-blown, like, I don't know. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, say, if you talk to somebody and, and you tell them, what would you have done? What would you do, like, if you found out that, some 60, 70-year-old man was fucking a little girl? You know what they tell you? They'll lose their motherfucking mind. They'll be like, what the fuck? That motherfucker's as good as... I'm sorry. I don't know if I can edit all this later, but I'm not looking again. I've never looked to go live or any of my YouTube channeling to be famous. Okay? But, so, I guess I could kind of curse. I might not have to. But anyway, I don't like to curse. It's not because I'm a punk. It's not because I can't fight. You understand what I'm saying? But it's because it's not going to lead you to do anything else. It's not going to lead you to do anything good. That's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Right? They want you to watch up your crap. Hmm? This is what the devil's mad at me right now. The devil's mad at me because they feel like I got away with something. But can I tell you something, guys? Girls, ladies and gents, and this is live, right? Never to be rewinded. Nobody gets away with nothing, really. Nobody gets away with anything. So when they tell you, oh, no. First off, if you've ever known anybody that's been bitter, nasty, and resentful, you know what I'm talking about. They'll never let you live it down. And that's the plan. They were never going to let you live it down. Anything that you have ever done. It would have never been like, excuse me, it would have never been right. You would have never been just the right person that they needed you to be. They would always find something wrong with you. They will always find something to chip away at you. They will always find something to bother you about. Your hair is straight enough, your eyes crooked, your tooth is open, you got a big ass gap in your tooth. You don't got a bachelor's. You ain't pretty enough. You're too old. But these people don't go around telling their mothers that. That's what you have to remember. They don't go telling their grandmother, why you alive? Why you still around? Because their grandmother still benefits. They still benefit from having the grandmother around. They love the grandmother, right? But because there's another other lady, and this is like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is not the first time that the topic has been brought up, like for, what do they call it? They call it aged out. And I'm not just talking about aged out in the foster care system, because that's another issue that I have big thing with. And I believe that there is a list, and a list of, not just a list, but an agenda to keeping anybody or any child that has ever been through the system and that has somehow managed to get through or not managed to get through. It's like the forces that be, evil forces that be. I'm not naming no names. I don't need to name names. They know who they are. But those of us that have been victimized know what I'm talking about. You get targeted because you figure you ain't got nobody. But that's when you turn around and you find other people like me. That's when you turn around and you get involved in big organizations, bigger than the small fry local bully mentality, or what you call local local. What am I gonna say? What do you call them? I don't know. I call them blockheads because they never leave the block. Their whole mind and their whole thing and everything, their whole lives, everything revolves around being around the block. Blockheads. They're watching you when you come in, they're watching you when you come out, they're watching you when you go to work, they're watching you when you're dirty, they're watching you when you're smoking a cigarette, they're watching you when you go shopping. Like, they're doing all of that. And they're like, You got a problem with you. For what? For what? Anybody else out here? Nobody else out here? Now, if you a big bully, then what? Then you're all good. Anyways, I'm gonna try to do the best I can. I don't know what time it is right now, but I told you my laptop is down, so this is why I'm doing it like this. It's not so that you can see my big face any clearer. It's not so you can see the shining and the sparkle in my eyes. Not so that you can pause it and find something wrong with my teeth. It's not so you can pause it and be like, look at that pimple right there. It's not so you can, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just sick and tired of people being petty. And that's why I post everything I do, I post. Everything I do, I try to let somebody higher than small minds, as Denzel said, small minds discuss other people. So if all you hear is other people discussing other people, not in a good light, they have small minds, not small heads, small minds. Okay. Now I do nothing in secret, and I try to let everybody think. But it wasn't just here now, by the way, because as I've told you, the 18K, I was doing that channel. I was living in the Bronx. I was living on Barnes Avenue, and that's when I started my channel. So that was about, wow, that was a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So that's how I got to 18K. I went that route because I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be known. So that's why I went with mental health, and I went with that format. But what happened? My channel blew up. No, I still don't get paid for it. I never got paid for it, but then what do you have? Jealous pricks. What do they say? I see you got 18,000 subscribers. B, every day I post it. And so now what they do? Every day I get a clown that walks by my door. Every day. Every day. Like, every day you harassing me. And they say for every 1,000 subscribers you have, you'll have one of those. So I have 18. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? I be extra careful. I have to be extra careful. I could go, if I go into, say, management and say, listen, I think I'm a little popular because people are making like death threats and they're like trying to bother me and they're like trying to bully me to stop publishing, like stop publishing anything. They want me to stop trying. Like, what do they want me to do? They want you to stop trying so you could break down, so they could turn around and make a product out of you. Either you become a crackhead or a low budget mule for the HRA so that they could get funding and stuff like that, or they send you to these little scam temporary jobs. They get paid for it. You get the job for a good year or two. You're lucky if you keep it for 3 or 4. Most likely you'll never see 5, especially now with the way things are nowadays. The high turnover rate is almost impossible. But yet they say that there are jobs still out there, and that there are such careers that are paying 150,000 K a year. To apply to some of these apartments, you need 10 times the income of what you're going to be paying. What minority person out here has that like that? I know cops are underpaid, so they're not getting over 150K. And they put their lives at risk every day. But what you do have is a lot of nonprofits that claim to be doing stuff that aren't. How come these places stay having the same job openings year round? And I don't ever see, I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to mind my business. But anyway, so there it is. I feel 1,000 times better. There are other key components that are missing to this story, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you guys. And I'm going to share it with you guys eventually. But I just feel so much better already letting it be known. Sometimes you could go through the right authorities, and sometimes things will not be handled the way they should have been. And when they're not, at first you might not see it because it looks like a little snowball effect, right? You don't see it immediately. What ends up happening, those things build up, 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 and then one day the bomb explodes. And what happens? Everybody's like, oh my god, she detonated that bomb. Did she? Peace! Bye, guys.